Hello everyone, I'm Ike. We are going to pick up right where we left off from our previous tutorial. Just like we established, we are going to take care of the JavaScript side of the login system. In essence, we are going to handle showing our login form once we click on this. I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to save it as ajax.js. Okay. Ensure that it's saved in the JavaScript folder. So I'm going to scroll into my JS folder and I'm going to save it right here. Nice. Once that is done, I have two variables here, var point and var diagnosis. I'm going to use this for computing the percentage for our diagnosis. So for right now, just let them be there. First of all, span signing. On click, we are removing the hide class, which is hiding it, and adding the show class, which is basically saying display block. And then to its siblings, we are adding hide class. Alright, let me take a minute to explain this to you guys. If we come back to index.php, we are saying that once the span is clicked, we are taking off this hide from this div, and then we are adding show to it, which displays it, and then we are saying that its siblings. Let's see what and what are the siblings. Well, we haven't created the siblings yet. Whatever that is on the same level as this div is a sibling of it. So whatever is in this left hand side class is a sibling of this div directly in this left hand side class. So we're saying that the siblings should be hidden. If you remember, in a previous video I told you that we are going to use this space for everything in this system. So if we are adding a new symptom, there's no how we can have the sign-in div here. It should be moved out or hidden. If you have any challenges, you can leave a comment down below and I would be sure to respond to it as soon as I can. Alright, back to the JS file. Once we've done that with the sign-in, we are now going to show this, the home link. If the submit button on our login form is clicked, we are removing the show class from this span and then adding the hide class to it, and then adding the hide class to its siblings so that we can clear out the area. Alright, I hope that's clear enough. I'm going to save and let's refresh and see what good we've done. Alright, I'm going to click on the admin. Nothing happens. Reason is that we haven't linked our JavaScript file to our index page. I'm going to navigate to my index.php, and right here at the top, rather at the bottom, I'm going to duplicate one of these and then name it ajax.js and save. So I'll come back and refresh, click, and then voila, what do you know, our sign-in page comes up. It's hidden, it comes up, and then also note that the admin link here goes away since the page is up. That's what the second line is doing. This line right here, hiding the home. Okay, oh, that's nice. Once we click this, even though we are not handling it yet, it also hides all of these. Well, let's quickly handle the PHP side of things and make sure that this signing process works perfectly. Okay, back at our index.php, remember that we are using sessions to log in, so the first thing I'll do is to start session underscore start right there. Okay. Okay, then down here I'm going to receive the post. If it says submit, so if the submit button is clicked, let this code run. I'm going to receive the username, receive the password, and right here I would hash the password with the MD5 algorithm. Then I'll check if the username or the password is empty. We are going to set error equal to all fields are required. Okay. Now this is our error handling. We haven't done some things in order to use it yet, but if we have time enough at the end of this tutorial, we are going to perfect on it. If not, in the next tutorial we are going to fix the error handling parts. So we'll just pass the string to this variable. Else, if all these things contain stuff in it, we're going to query our database. Now to query the database, we use this db variable, which is the variable we created when we were connecting the database. Do we even have connection to our database? So I think we need to include our database right here. I mean our connection file. If you remember, in our core folder we have db underscore config, so core db underscore config, which is our connection file. So we have to include it up top. We're going to break down one line, break this down. I'm going to open this so that we take a look. Remember that our connection query is in this db variable. That's why we are using the db variable right here to query the database. We're saying that this query should select everything from admin where the username is equal to the username we grabbed from our user input field, and password is equal to the password that we've hashed right here, and we're saying that it should limit 1. Obviously it's going to bring back a single result. Now at this point we are going to look through the result set that has been returned. So we're saying that in as much as there is something coming in from this query as result, we are saying that result, we are creating a variable, a local variable, and passing the username that was returned from the database through this result, which is our query right here. Same thing for the password. Next, we are now comparing if this username which we received from our user inputs is equal to the username which we pulled from our database, and also checking if the password that we pulled from the user inputs is equal to the password which came in from the database. If this is true, we are going to create a new session, rather call it username, and then pass the username which we just received from our database to that session. Else, we pass a string to the error variable saying that the login credentials are wrong. With this, our login system is ready and good to go. One last thing that I would want us to do before we test run this is to create the error checking, the error message system. So what I'm going to do is to right here, let me see, exactly on top of this sign-in page, I mean on top of this admin sign-in. Where is that admin sign-in? If it sets error, so if at any point this error variable is set or a value is assigned to it, this is going to be echoed out. I'm going to do the same for success. Copy, just in case we have a need for it. So if it sets success, well, this is a sleek way of displaying messages to your user at intervals. You can can easily just create a variable and then let an if statement watch out for whenever a value is assigned to that variable. So if the value is assigned to the variable, you echo out the variable in a styled div, of course. So let's quickly add styling to this error and success stuff. I'll quickly navigate to my main.css, and down here I'm going to add the styling for our error and success class. All I'm saying is that it should be displayed block, the color should be black, font size of 12 pixels, margin 0 pixel, auto margin top of 5 pixel, width of 90% of each container, text align center of course, background color of this, padding 6 pixel, top and bottom 0 pixel, left and right, adding transition to it. So that's not very important right now. Same thing goes for the success, apart from the fact that the background color changes. Alright, I'm going to save, refresh, admin, submit. Oh, there was stuff in it, and we don't have a sign out, so maybe we'll just use the opportunity to build our sign out. So all I'm going to do is to head to my text editor, create a new file. I'm going to call this signout.php. Make sure it's sitting on my roots folder and save. Looks good. Here in signout.php, all I need to do is to open and close my PHP tag, start a session, and then destroy every session. Once the session is destroyed, it means the user has been logged out, so that when next the system checks in, if a session is created, a session will no longer be there. Then finally, I'm redirecting the user back to the index page. Alright, let's save, and I'm going to reload this page. Nice, so I can hit sign out and we are out. That's good. I'm going to take out all of this data that keep coming up, and let's see. It works, but we still have a lot of job to do with styling. Keep it down and not late. Our signing div disappear. I'm going to head back to my editor. Let's see, how can we keep it down? First of all, let me inspect this and recall exactly how we brought this div to this point. Add the same styling to the error message. Okay, the form, nothing. Okay, right here, the sign in div. Okay, so what we are supposed to do is to place the error message and the success messages in the sign in div, because it's the one that has this mid class, right? So what I'm going to do is to come back to my text editor, here in index.php. I'm going to copy out these guys right here, quotes, close this up a little bit, and here I'm going to open my PHP tags, break it down, paste these boys, save. That's one. Let's be sure it's done at least. So once I refresh and try to submit, I'm going to take this, leave out empty fields. Okay, once I hit submit, you'll notice that the error message is right here. But if I use my right credentials and I log in, then we are successfully logged into the system. Also notice the two menu that comes up right here. Those are the things we did earlier. Alright guys, this is the end of today's tutorial. It's actually taking longer than necessary, but I'm sure you've learned a lot of stuff as a result of this lesson. Do endeavor to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet on the channel, and leave comments down below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.